Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in. This is Anthony, Debt Alchemist. I'm going to go over a couple of things with you guys, well actually a few things with you guys today. And I'm going to break down what a particular client that reaches out to me for help in terms of reducing their overall debts and getting them out of debt. Here's what it looks like. This is what the picture is. This is how they come to me and how I'm able to help them out and put them in a better position financially, mentally, as well, and personally, quite frankly. So I'm going to go over a couple of things with you guys. You guys can probably see this from my screen right now of what's happening here, right? So let's dive right into it and just get straight to the meat and bones of this thing. All right, so a typical client that reached out to me is about $30,000 in debt, right? I rounded this client off. He was, I think, about 29,000 and some change, 29,700 and some change. So I rounded it off to $30,000 just to make it easy math for everybody to kind of follow through. But this is a typical scenario. A typical client is about $30,000 in debt. So let's dive into it. All right. So if you have $30,000 in debt right now, give or take a little bit here and there, and for this assumption, we're assuming it's $30,000 that you have, right? Your monthly minimum payment on the $30,000 is $1,025. That is the monthly interest plus 1% of the principal balance, right? So that means you're paying $1,025 a month towards your debts, right? Towards your $30,000 overall debts. Now the $30,000 can be accumulated by a number of 4 or 5 accounts that you have, credit card debts or whatever the case is. Again, I'm lumping them all together to give a better example of what it is. So in this case, let's say we took 4 or 5 cards and the combined total amount is $30,000. Then if you combine the total monthly minimum payments on those cards plus the 1% of the principal balance that you're going to pay back towards that debt, it's going to equate to $1,025 as we see here on the screen. So your monthly minimum payment is $1,025. Now, how many years is it going to take you to pay back the $30,000 that you already have in debt, right? Well, based on the bank rates, and I'll show that to you guys in a little bit as well, based on bank rates formulation, it's going to take you 472 months to pay back this debt. 472 months. If we divide that into 12 months, that equals 39 years, you guys. It's going to take you 39 years to pay back $30,000 in debt that you're currently in at the current status quo that you have it. This is assuming that you have a combined interest rate of 29% compound interest along all the cards. And if you've ever made a late payment or missed a payment, then all your cards are going to be about 29% interest rate, quite frankly, okay? So it's going to take you 39 years to pay back the $30,000 that you've already borrowed and used for probably no good reason, right? You probably don't have anything to show for that $30,000. The only thing you have to show for that is the debt that you currently have and $1,025 that's fleeing from your pockets on a monthly basis towards this debt that it's going to take 39 years to pay back. Now, you take the interest rate, the minimum payment, plus the 1% of the principal balance, which equals the $1,025. That means over the next 39 years, you're going to pay back $71,771.65. Did you guys just hear me what I said? It's going to take you $71,771.65 to pay back the $30,000 balance that you have combined with all your cards with an average interest rate of 29%. This is crazy, you guys. This is nuts. But this is how the credit card companies are multi-billion-dollar institutions, okay? They know what they're doing. It's like going to a casino in Vegas and playing against the house. They didn't build those casinos and those hotels based on losing. They win, right? It's stacked against you. So does this. Credit card debt, it's stacked against you. It's going to keep you in debt for the rest of your life, quite frankly. If you're 40 years old and you live for another 39 more years, you're about 80, 79 years old, you're going to die with this debt by the time you pay this off, right? So that's $71,771.65. Now, that's not including, you guys, and a lot of you guys go, well, I took this debt, I'm obligated to pay it back, I want to pay it back. Okay, fair enough. That's a great argument, not a problem. But what if I tell you that you've already paid back $26,100 already back in the past 3 years that you've had this debt? That is $725 in minimum payment, which is interest, without the principal balance being paid off, right, equals $26,100. So you've paid back $26,100 of the $30,000 that you've already borrowed, but guess what? You still have the $30,000 balance, and you've paid $26,100 in interest with zero principal towards that. Okay, so you've paid back this debt almost in full, but yet you still have the same balance left. Hence why your debt never gets paid off, right? Because you're making the monthly minimum payment without paying anything towards the principal, and you're going to pay it for the rest of your life if you do that. So if we look at the overall, if we go from making just the minimum payment of $725 and adding actually 1% towards that, which is $300, hence why it comes out to $1,025 per month. If you want to pay this off, it's going to take you 39 years to pay this off, and it's going to cost you total payback, including what you've paid back plus what you're going to pay back for the next 39 years, which is insane, you guys. It's going to be $97,871.65. Almost $100,000 you're going to pay back on $30,000 that you borrowed when this is all said and done in the next 39 years. Not 3 years, not 5 years, not 10 years, not 20 years, but 30 years. Let that sink in. You can't get out of debt by doing the same thing you continue doing, making the monthly minimum payment. Even if you applied paying additional $300 on top of that monthly minimum payments and think you're going to get out of debt, it does not work. And I'll show it to you guys shortly. I'm showing this to you guys in this formula right here, but I'm going to show you on a bank rate. Don't take my word for it, all right? This is a bank rates website that breaks this down for you as well, just like I did. So let's take a look at that real quick. You're going to pay back $97,871.65, almost $100,000 on $30,000 for the next 39 years. It's a joke, you guys. This is a joke, right? But unfortunately, it's not a joke. It's real life. This is what you guys are living with on a daily basis, every day, every month that comes in, bills that come in. This is what you're doing. So let's take a look at bank rates, right? There is. So let me jump back in. Okay. So I inputted in here the $30,000 worth of debt that you have combined among all your credit cards. I gave it an average 29% because quite frankly, that's what I see. When you reach out for help to me, the odds are you've already missed some payments or overextended on debt or whatever the case is, right? That's why you're seeking help. So typically the interest rates on these cards that I see is around 29%. So you have 29% interest rate on $30,000 that we have here, right? Now, the interest plus the 1% of principal balance, what we just went over, which is the 725 plus 300 equals 1,025, right? And I hit calculate, right? Look, you guys, this is what it comes out to be. 472 months to get rid of this debt. $71,771.65 on top of what you've already paid back it's going to take you. Right, on top of the $26,110 that you've already paid back. Bank rate, again, I already know this. Just in case you thought, well, how does this guy come up with these numbers? And are they real or what's happening here? Look, this is a strictly unbiased website, bank rate, which you input the formulas in there. It tells you exactly how many months and how many years. If you take this number of months divided by 12 equals 39 years. In this case, we've taken 472 divided by 12 months equals 39 years. We've taken a $30,000 debt with an compound interest rate of 29%, paying back the $725 in interest plus 1% of the principal balance, which is $300, equals $1,025, right? And you'll see it on here, right there, right? The minimum monthly payment, $1,025. It's going to take you additional $71,771.65 to pay back on top of the $26,100 you've already paid back, which almost comes out to be about $100,000 they're going to pay back on $30,000 debt that you currently have. Okay, this is insanity, you guys. You've got to get out of debt one way or the other. You've got to figure out how you can get yourself out of debt, whether that's taking working overtime to pay towards your balances, whether that's taking a second job, or whether that's, if you have a home, to do a cash-out home refinance to pay off this debt. Or if you don't have a home, then you can apply for a personal loan to get the compound, to pay off these debts are on compound interest rate into simple interest. If you don't qualify for a personal loan for a number of reasons that could be, right, then you have to look at debt resolution. And that's what I'm going to break down for you guys right now. Because quite frankly, most of you guys that reach out to me for help either don't own a home or have maxed out their home in terms of equity or whatever the case is. Secondary, you can't qualify for a personal loan because you've missed some payments here and there, right? Or your debt to income ratio is not in line, or your utilization rate is too high, or your credit profile FICO score is too low, or you filed bankruptcy in the past, whatever the case is, right? So you don't qualify for a personal loan. Then the other option is to go into a personal debt resolution program, which gets you out of debt, right? So let's dive into that and take a look at that real quick. Let me just switch screens here for you guys. All right, so we're back to the formula here. I'm gonna now expose this hidden cell here so you guys can see it. All right, you guys, this is gonna be an eye-opener for everyone, really. Everyone here should be, this should be an eye-opener for you guys. All right, so now we take your current payment under a debt resolution program. You currently have $1,025 you're paying. We're gonna reduce that to $512 per month. This is under debt resolution, okay? We take the 472 months, which is 39 years that we discussed, and reduce that to 3 years and 5 months, a little less than 3.5 years. 42 months, right? We take 42 months divided by 12 months equals 3 years and 5 months. So then we go the next. Instead of paying back $71,771 additional, your total payback on the $30,000 is going to be $21,000 total. That includes the cost of the program, includes any miscellaneous fees, whatever, everything, the whole shebang here, right, is $21,000 you're going to pay back instead of the $30,000, and compared to what you're currently on paying, which is going to be about $71,771. So, and we take into account what you've already paid back for the past 3 years of making that $725 monthly interest payment, which is the minimum payment on those cards without adding towards anything towards principal. You pay back $26,100. This is for all you guys that say, I want to pay back my debt. Like I said, I've already explained the fact you guys paid back almost the balance of what you owe, yet your balance still remains $30,000. It's insane, you guys. This is ridiculous. But this is how the credit card industry works. This is how the compound interest works. This is why they're a multi-billion dollar corporation. They haven't reached $1 trillion status yet that I know of, but they're billion-dollar corporations, right? So you take a look at this, what it's going to cost you to get out of debt overall based on what you've already paid back in the form of interest plus what you're going to pay to get out of debt. Under the current plan, you're going to pay back $97,871.65, like we said, almost 100 grand. Let's just call it 100 grand for God's sakes, right? Because that's what it probably is. In this case, you're going to pay back $47,100, right, combined. Meaning you've already paid back the $26,100 that we show here for the past 3 years that you've been making the monthly minimum payment of $725 without adding anything towards the principal. And the new repayment plan of $21,000 versus $71,000, so you pay back $47,100 in this case, right? That is a savings of almost $51,000 compared to your current status quo versus debt resolution program that we're talking about here, right? That's a $51,000 in savings almost. That's not, and that isn't all. The beauty of this is not only is it going to pay off your debts in less than 3.5 years, not only is it going to reduce your monthly payment by half of what you're currently paying, but it's going to allow to inject the savings of $512 because if we take the $1,025 that you see here and your new payment is $525, the difference is, the new payment is $512. The difference is you have an additional $512 freed up cash in your pocket. If you're saving that on a monthly basis, then that means you're going to, in 3.5 years, less than that, 3 years and 5 months, you're going to have an additional $21,504 into your pocket. Did you guys just hear what I just said? Not only are you going to get out of debt in less than 3.5 years, not only are you going to pay back only $21,000 of that $30,000, but you're also going to pay, you're going to put into your bank account a savings, cash savings of $21,504 into your pocket. okay? If you don't understand what I'm talking about here, look at these things right here, right? Look at all these numbers. Review and rewind, pause, take some notes of what I'm saying this. This is why I put this up for you guys, right? Take a look at it because I think it's going to open your eyes wide in this and realize, what the hell am I doing here? I'm paying the minimum payment and never getting out of debt. Even if I add $300 towards the principal, it's going to take me 39 years to get out of debt. This is insane, right? That's what you should say to yourself. If you don't say this to yourself, I can't help you then, because if you don't see it with these numbers right in front of you, I can't help you because it's just you're not being realistic with that. So please, you guys, understand this system, how it works financially. Understand the fact that the credit card companies have the cards stacked against you. Literally, they have them stacked against you guys to keep you in debt for the next 39 years plus, okay? In this case, you're going to pay back $21,000 and you're going to have additional $21,000 into your pocket. You'll be debt free and gone. Now, once the program is completed, the repayment plan is completed under debt resolution, now you're going to pocket in your pocket $1,025 every single month, okay? And you're out of debt and you have a savings of $21,000 in your bank account on top of that. You see, this is the formula to get people out of debt, right? It's either a cash out home refinance, a personal loan, or debt resolution. If these three options do not apply to you, meaning you don't want to take these options, do these options and take it up, then honestly, you're either going to continue paying for the next 39 years of your life, which is not likely because it's financially going to collapse one way or the other, or you're going to file bankruptcy sooner than later and you're going to go that route, right? These are the options for you guys. So let's take a look at over here real quick. Like I said, these numbers that are here, they came straight from Bankrate's website, you guys, right here. Look, this is it. These are the numbers. These are not made up, you guys. This is the reality of it. You just haven't faced it, okay? So we take that, and let's go ahead and go from here to there. We take the current scenario that you have, and let me just move that. Okay, great. Oops, sometimes it's technology. So we take the current scenario that you're in right now, which is almost paying back $100,000 over the next 40 years on $30,000 debts. That includes the $26,100 that you've already paid back, but yet you still have the same balance because that's only the minimum payment, which is known as interest, which is known as cost for borrowing that $30,000, right? And give you a debt resolution program, which allows you to lower your payment by half, have a cash savings at the end of 42 months of around $21,000 in your pocket, $21,504 in your pocket to be precise, and get you out of debt within less than 3.5 years. In this case, 3 years, 5 months, right? So you'll be out of debt. You'll have extra cash flow every month. You'll have a savings account from that cash flow savings that you have every month, and you'll be completely out of debt, okay, in less than 3.5 years. This is the reality, you guys. I hope this makes sense. If you have any questions, concerns, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to break down your numbers, take a look at it, look at all the options, whether it's a cash out home refinance if you have a home. If not, we'll take a look at a personal loan, see whether we can consolidate that under a personal loan transaction. And if that doesn't work, then we got to go into debt resolution and get you out of debt as quickly as possible, right? Which allows us to waive all future interest, allows us to reduce the principal balance by half. It also allows us to lower the monthly payment by half and actually inject cash back into your pocket on a monthly basis. So when you're out of debt, you actually have a savings in your bank account versus a zero in your bank account. So thank you again. This is Anthony, Debt Alchemist. I know I'm passionate about these things, but there's a reason why I'm passionate about these things, because debt has kept you guys in debt forever, and it will keep you in debt for the rest of your life. And I don't want that for you guys. All right? I honestly don't. You have to figure out how to get out of debt and explore your options. So feel free to reach out. Thank you, everybody. Take care.